You're having a bad day. Maybe something went wrong at work, maybe a relationship ended, maybe you're just tired in a way that sleep doesn't fix. So you sit down and you cry. And then something unexpected happens. Your cat walks in. It doesn't run away, it doesn't ignore you, it comes closer, it sits nearby, maybe it stares at you, maybe it puts a paw on your leg, maybe it just stays. And in that moment you wonder, does my cat actually know what's happening right now? Does it understand that I'm upset? Is it trying to comfort me? Or does it have absolutely no idea what those wet things falling from my face are? The answer is stranger than you'd expect, and it reveals something surprising about how cats actually experience the humans they live with. First, let's establish something important. Cats are not dogs. That sounds obvious, but what it means for this question is significant. Dogs evolved over thousands of years specifically to read human emotions. They were selected, generation after generation, for their ability to understand us. A dog that couldn't read its owner was less useful, less likely to survive, less likely to pass on its genes. Cats took a completely different path. Cats domesticated themselves. They came to humans not because we shaped them, but because living near us happened to be convenient. Grain stores attracted mice, mice attracted cats, cats got easy food, humans got pest control, nobody planned it. That means cats never had the same evolutionary pressure to understand human emotions deeply. And yet, they clearly notice something when you cry. So what exactly is happening in that small furry brain? When you cry, several things change at once. Your voice changes, your posture changes, your breathing becomes irregular, your face produces new scents, tears contain chemical signals that animals can potentially detect, and your behavior becomes unpredictable. To a cat, all of these are data points. Cats are extraordinarily sensitive to routine and pattern. They notice the same things every day: when you wake up, where you sit, how you move, what sounds you make. They build a map of your normal behavior. When you cry, almost everything about you deviates from that map. Your sounds are unfamiliar, your body is doing something unusual, your face looks different. The cat doesn't need to understand sadness to notice that something is off. Cats experience the world primarily through smell in a way humans genuinely cannot imagine. A cat's sense of smell is estimated to be between 14 and 40 times stronger than ours. They don't just smell what something is, they smell its history, its health, its stress level, its emotional state. Human tears contain hormones. Emotional tears in particular contain different chemical compositions than, say, tears from cutting an onion. Stress hormones change how we smell. Whether cats can specifically detect emotional distress through scent isn't fully confirmed by science yet. But given what we know about how powerfully cats read chemical information, it would be surprising if they detected nothing at all. To your cat, when you cry, you probably smell different. Not wrong, not alarming, just different from usual. A 2019 study found that cats behave differently around owners who are sad versus owners who are neutral. They approach more, they purr more, they engage more. Interestingly, the same study found that cats responded more strongly to their own owner's emotional state than to a stranger's, which suggests they're not just reacting to crying in general, they're reacting to you specifically being different. They've learned your patterns, they've learned your baseline, and when that baseline shifts dramatically, they notice. But here is the important distinction. Noticing is not the same as understanding. Your cat almost certainly does not know you are experiencing emotional pain. It doesn't have a concept of heartbreak or loneliness or grief the way you do. It cannot imagine your inner life. What it has instead is something more practical, an awareness that you are behaving unusually combined with a social instinct to investigate. Not all cats react the same way. Some approach, some stare from a distance, some leave the room entirely. The ones that come closer are likely doing something interesting. Cats use proximity as a social tool. When a cat is uncertain about something, it often investigates carefully before deciding how to respond. Coming closer to you may be the cat's way of gathering more information. Is this person a threat right now? Should I be alarmed? Is this safe? Once the cat determines you are not a danger, just doing something strange, it may settle near you simply because that is what cats do with safe, familiar creatures. The cat isn't necessarily comforting you, but it may be choosing to stay near you because you are its social anchor, its familiar creature, the one associated with warmth and food and routine. And perhaps that distinction doesn't matter as much as it seems. Here is where it gets genuinely interesting. Even if your cat doesn't understand sadness, research suggests that over time, cats learn which of their behaviors produce which human reactions. If a cat approaches you when you're upset and you respond by holding it, stroking it, and calming down slightly, the cat registers that, not consciously, not as a plan, but as a pattern. This creature makes a sound, I go near it, it touches me gently, good things happen. Over months and years, cats may learn that coming to you during these moments reliably produces positive attention, not because they understand grief, but because the pattern has been reinforced. Which means your cat showing up when you cry might be equal parts genuine social response and learned behavior built on thousands of small interactions you've had together. It's less like empathy, more like a relationship with its own language. We tend to think of understanding in very human terms. We ask, does my cat know I'm sad? Does it feel bad for me? Does it care? But maybe those are the wrong questions. Your cat doesn't need to understand your emotional state to have a relationship with you. It has learned you, your sounds, your scents, your rhythms, your patterns. It knows when you're different because it knows what normal looks like. And when you deviate from normal, it comes closer. Maybe that's not so different from what we do for each other. We don't always know why someone we love is hurting, we don't always understand exactly what they're feeling, but we notice they're off, we move closer, we stay nearby. Perhaps what your cat is offering isn't empathy in the human sense, but it might be something that functions like loyalty, something that emerged from years of learning exactly who you are. And the next time your cat wanders in and sits beside you while you cry, it may not know what sadness is, but it knows you. And apparently, that's enough reason to stay.